Did you hear about the guy who accidentally drank a bunch of invisibility ink? He's sitting in the waiting room, waiting to be seen. Oh my god, it's so funny. I know. Okay. So, this is for the dads. This video is for the dads. This video is for the moms. This video is for those of you who aren't a dad or a mom, but you channel the power of the dad. You can't play a lot. You want to enjoy playing some RuneScape. You can't play a ton, and that's kind of it. That's what this is for. So this is my build of the relics from tier 1 to tier 7 on what I think you should do if you can't play a ton, but you want to get your points and you want slow but steady. You know, that's the name of the game here. Slow and steady, minimal effort, get a good amount of XP. A god ton is what I was going to say. That's not even a thing. Before we mention that, appreciate everyone for subscribing, liking, commenting. If we get 312 likes on this video, I will give you a would you rather at the end of next video, and it's going to be a good one, and you're going to have to comment what you think. So yeah. And the comments for this one, just tell me, like, what do you think of this build? Are there any things you'd change? First off, we got the Eternal Sustenance revealed today. Food is no longer consumed when eaten. So that's pretty cool. But it has a but to it. It's really good for certain builds. Like, this is all dependent on the demonic packs. This video is for the people who are overwhelmed by the choices in this league and overwhelmed by the demonic packs. Like, you have no idea what to do with demonic packs, what kind of build to do, all that stuff. I will make another video that guides you through a simple build for each of the styles. But I'll give you like 3 builds for just like, I don't want to have to think about it, what do I do? And then that'll be paired with the regions as well. So it'll be a regions and packs builds. This is just the relics. I don't care what regions you pick. These relics will work. So let's jump into it. Tier 1, we're going to go tier 1 to tier 7, and I'll explain, and then I've got some numbers that are from the wiki. I'm using the wiki numbers so that I don't screw anything up. But yes, so Endless Harvest, you got to pick it. If you're a dad, if you're going dad mode on this, you endlessly gather from fishing, trees, and mining spots, even if they deplete after your initial interaction. So if you are mining a rock, and normally you would get the ore, and the rock, you'd stop mining it. I mean, the rock's gone. You're just going to keep going. So, like, genuinely 30 minutes before your character logs out, what you can do is get a wireless mouse and put it in your pocket, and every so often, click the middle scroll wheel, which doesn't count as a click, and just wiggle it around. So you're not going to, like, accidentally misclick on something or right-click on something. You could right-click, too, honestly. That'd be fine. But, yeah, you can just, like, man, you can do this from 30 minutes away. You can set a 20-minute timer, 25-minute timer on your phone so that you can come back to your computer and click around. You're going to be getting a ton of resources with this. Not only that, resources gathered are multiplied by 2. You get the XP for the double resources, which is crazy, and you can toggle it on. All resources gathered will be sent to the bank. So if you were wanting to do a bit of fletching and you didn't want to go to the bank to do it, you could toggle this off. But basically, toggle it on. You want these all sent to the bank. You'll just click on a tree. You can leave for 30 minutes, come back, and your bank will be full of tree logs, and you'll have a ton of XP. Like, this is, you got to go Endless Harvest. It's really good. I'll make a build for like the more sweaty peoples as well, which might involve Abundance or Barb Gatherer. So we'll get to that. But you got to go Endless Harvest for this build. Hotfoot, I, again, struggled with all 3 of these choices, but just pick Hotfoot. Don't overthink it. This will solve your agility grinding. If you get points from every skill. There's some skills that you can ignore, and it doesn't really affect you. Agility, if you were to train it, sucks. Like, just doing laps, like, that's the worst. I don't want to log on and do laps. I would rather, so doing like laps of one of the best agility courses is like 60 to 70k XP. If you pick Mauritania, are you really going to go sweat out the Sepulcher? Like, no. So this solves your agility grind completely. You don't have to worry about it. You will get to 99 by the end of the league just from running around. You won't get to 50 mil, I don't think, unless you're playing a ton. But keep in mind, as you're standing still with the Endless Harvest, you're not going to be getting the agility XP, and I completely understand that. However, with fishing, the way the fishing works, and they've confirmed it, when you are fishing a spot, the spots still move, so your character will chase it down. So you'll actually get a bit of XP from that too. The other thing, there's always going to be a spot where a bunch of players congregate and they right-click follow each other so that you run in circles. So you can do that with Hotfoot and get some agility speed. That's not why we're picking this. Basically what it does, it auto-cooks all the fish that you're catching, and it auto-smelts all the ores that you're mining. So at this point, we've solved 5 skills. Cooking, mining, woodcutting, fishing, and... Or what did I say? Mining. Oh, I said mining twice. Fishing, woodcutting, mining, and then we solve smithing and cooking. So that's 5 skills, completely AFK. Agility would be the 6th skill, but you won't get a ton of XP in agility. It just depends on what you're doing. The bonus on this is your GP solve for early game. So picking up some termites. What the heck is a termite? I don't play RuneScape a ton. I don't know what that is. There's a agility course in Varlamore, in our starting region, that requires level 50 agility, and it drops termites instead of marks of grace. When you pick up a termite, you get 10k cash. So if you do need that early, like 10, 20, 30k cash to buy some runes and stuff, just go do a few laps of this. By the point, like, you'll have 50 agility probably just from running around and doing a couple of tasks and whatever else. So at that point, you can just go here, get your cash. So that's really nice. And then there's all these other bonuses as well from it. Double termites, 100% success rate on all actions for agility and cooking. All this good stuff. So, all right. So that's good for Hotfoot, picking that one. I'm not going to explain the other 2 and why I'm not picking them. We're just going to keep going. The 3rd tier, pick what you want. I'm recommending Evil Eye. Evil Eye teleports you to the entrance of any boss or raid in the combat achievements list. Huey Codal in the starter region is a boss in the combat achievement list, so you can tele directly to Huey. Not only can you tele directly to Huey, there's a bank right there. So this gives you the benefit of Bank Heist. Bank Heist will tell you to any bank chest, deposit box, or actual bank. Like, this doesn't, I don't know. It's useful in very specific builds. Evil Eye is good for every build. The next best thing I can mention with this is when you are later in the game, Moons of Peril has an incredible starting gear. You can teleport directly to each of them. That alone is a big enough time save. Like, if you have to do, let's say, 30 Moons of Peril, like, runs, because that's about the drop rate, something in that range, 30 of them. This is like saving you 90 runs to each of the people. There's 3 of them, 30 times 3, 90. Don't check my math on that. So that's why I'm recommending this one. The Map of Alacrity, this is going to be some gigabrain strategies around, like, telling to an agility shortcut and then using it for rune crafting, but don't worry about that. I'm picking Evil Eye. Moving on. This is easily everyone's favorite tier. Like, this is the hardest choice for a lot of people, but it's just like, this is so cool. We are going to pick Butler's Bell, though. This is like tailor-made for people who can't play a lot. If you're going on a 7-day business trip, this relic will gather you resources while you are gone. And when you log in, it will give them all to you, plus experience. So, like, you gotta take, this is integral for the build. Of course, there's arguments to be made for transmutation. It pairs really well with Endless Harvest, but don't overthink it. Pick the one that guarantees to get you resources while you are not at your computer, while you're logged out, while you're sleeping, while you're on a business trip, while you're visiting your wife's boyfriend's house to clean it. You know what I mean? So this is really good. Here's why it is good. There's actually on the wiki here, we've got some nice active effects. So it gathers you resources. It tells you how many. You're going to tell the butler to, like, which one to do. You can either have it gather the stuff, or you can have it gather and then process, and it'll give you half the amount. So, for example, it will gather you 25 bowstrings per minute. It will also give you 10 XP, which is multiplied by the XP. What does this mean? I don't want to think. What does this mean? Butler's Bell, processing. So, for example, look at how good the crafting is. 240k XP per hour in the background. So, per day, 240k times 24 hours, 5.7 mil crafting XP per hour. So you can just do this for 7 or 8 days and you've got 50 mil crafting, done. That is the power of this one, but the main purpose of it for me is it's solving our Herblore grind. It will collect herbs for you, and it will make them into unfinished potions for you. All you got to do to get your Herblore levels, like you're already getting levels from this, but all you got to do at this point is find some secondaries and make some potions. If you want to get to 99, if you want to get to 90, or whatever level you need for your build, like if you're going for a Dragon Cup and you want 50 mil, well then this is getting you a lot of the way there. So that is good. But like a huge thing here, like right away, 120k crafting XP at 8x. Right as you get to tier 4, you're at 8x XP. 120k crafting XP just goes from, in 1 hour, you'll be up to level 52 crafting, 51. So that's like, oh, I can already make some of my jewelry and stuff. And then do it for a second hour and you're around 58. And then a third hour, like it's going to be really nice AFK there. And it also solves construction by just making your planks for you. You don't need many planks for 99 construction. So this will just make them for you. Butler's Bell is amazing. What I would recommend, like the ores into bars, we will not need. You already have Hotfoot. So that is a bit of use case taken away from this relic. That's okay. Raw fish into cooked fish, guess what Hotfoot does? It automatically cooks them. So I understand that this is like, no, don't take that. You've already got Hotfoot. But if you just leave this, the entire league on Herblore and crafting and construction, then you will get you'll get those skills taken care of. So it solves 3 skills for you in the background. Don't need to log in, don't need to do anything. Really nice. Well, you will need to actually make the herbs and actually make the planks into stuff at construction, but you know what I mean. Okay, we're going Butler's Bell. It's the dad relic. It's the ultimate dad relic. Tier 5. So, very quickly, Larcenist. Most people see this as extremely fast thieving experience and really, really good if you're picking Prifdinus. It will be AFK for 30 minutes at a time, but it's not. Because what they've confirmed is if you are stealing from a stall, it'll automatically re-pickpocket from that stall. It'll just keep going over and over again. You can AFK 30 minutes and all the items are noted. So that's really good, but they've confirmed that people can grief you. If someone steals from a stall that you're stealing from, it will stop your actions. And that, unless that's changed, I'm not picking this one. The pickpocketing from NPCs, you can steal for about 5 or 6 minutes before you're full on the coin purses there. So it's not AFK enough for me, and it solves thieving, and then it solves crafting, and it solves smithing. There's a method with Prifdinus where you steal, basically you're getting crystal shards, and then you can make crystal armor, and it gives you a ton of smithing and crafting XP. It'll give you 50 mil thieving, crafting, and construction, like really fast. It could be the one that you pick for 200 mil in a skill with that. But if you pick this, we've already got smithing will be solved by just harvesting rocks, and if this auto smelts them, and then you can just make the bars into things nice and quickly. So like smithing, I'm not worried about. And then Butler's Bell, I showed you, like it's a week to get 99. It's a week to get 50 mil crafting just by having it pick flax and turn them into bowstrings. You've got like 60 days or 50 days this league. So this, again, slow and steady. We don't need the crafting or the smithing solves from Larcenist. So this gives you thieving. Thieving is already a really fast skill. So my argument here is if we go Soul Harvest, we're picking Soul Harvest. That's a long way of getting to this point. Pick Soul Harvest. When you kill NPCs, it will drop soul shards. And it's like a conversion of bones into shards. Those can be used for prayer XP. It also can be used as pure essence to train runecrafting. So this solves you your prayer and your runecrafting. So 2 skills, as opposed to Larcenist solving 1 skill. I'm fine if you want to pick Larcenist. I'm not picking Nature's Accord ever, because I don't see enough value in it. For this build specifically. For Soul Harvest, yeah, this is how it would work. Now, with time, your farming level will level up. What you can do is use your 1k XP lamp from the Karamja Easy Diaries, and it will get you to level 27. Because it'll be even more. It would get you, depending on your multiplier, it would get you 8k XP, it could get you 12k XP. Anyway, it'll get you around 30. you'll be close enough to level 30, and eventually you can start planting some willow trees. Like with your unlimited wood cutting that you're doing, you're going to be gathering birds' nests. I do not know if it will automatically pick them up and bank them, so keep that in mind. But I do know that the Moons of Peril drops a bunch of seeds. You can get seeds from different places, a lot of PVM drops. And the other option for Soul Harvest is through farming. That's what I was kind of getting to. If you harvest from a magic tree and you get about 250k XP, which is what it is, then you'll also get, you can either put like 350k XP into prayer or into rune crafting. And it actually only takes about 50 to 60 magic tree seeds to get to level 9. Soul Harvest solves 2 skills. That's all you need to think about. That's my reasoning, but that's what it does. And now for the tier 6. So this one, like, I can give advice, but there's no set build for like what we're trying to do here. If you want to do PVM and you are not picking some demonic packs that like some of these demonic packs heal you every time you hit things. If you're picking the Zaya region, the echo weapon that you get from Hespori is a bow that heals you for 5% of the damage you deal, basically. It's like a blood fury. So that's food and like whatever else. So you could pick the unlimited food. You could. It'd be really good for PVM, and it definitely makes your hard PVM encounters easier. But there's demonic packs that will, like, if you're picking this, like, these different strategies, I probably am going with the wilderness to get that crossbow. The crossbow with a specific build also heals you for damage that you deal. So like, I don't think I'm picking this for my build. It's build specific. Grimoire, if you are not taking Zaya and you are doing a range build, you're gonna want rigor, for example. And if you're not picking desert and you do want to do ancient spells, you're gonna want Grimoire. Culling Spree really speeds up your Slayer. And side benefit for PVM, it gives you 3 Slayer tasks to choose from. And then you pick how many you want to kill. 5 to 200. There's going to be tasks for points that are do 10 Slayer tasks. So you can really quickly do Slayer tasks for those points. That could be a quick way of keeping you going towards tier 8. Or, for example, if you get a task of kill some skeletons, you can pick 200. And then when you're doing your Chambers of Zarek, every skeletal mystic is now on task. You hit 16% more damage and everything because it automatically gives you a Slayer helmet imbued without needing to wear one. So this is a way of dealing even bigger damage. Like for max hits, if you're like, I love the idea of hitting huge numbers in a league. I want to see a 600 with a crossbow. So I'm probably picking this, and I'm going to try and put myself on a Lizardman Shaman's task, or I'll put myself on a Skeleton's task, something like that, just to hit big numbers. I think it'd be fun. Side benefit, your Slayer XP will be sped up quite a bit. Do you really want to grind out a lot of Slayer, or do you want to grind out slightly less Slayer? Every time you kill a Superior, there's a 50% chance that another will spawn. That sounds fun to me. I get a Superior, I kill it, oh, there might be another one. Get a second one. You kill that one, could be a third one. Kill that one, could be a fourth one. You hit this like crazy RNG where you just kill like 6 in a row. Each one of them will be dropping 1 to 3 elite clue scrolls. Clue scrolls are fun. Clue scrolls have points tied to them. They give you master clues. Those are fun. Those give you points. I'm picking Culling Spree, personally. But it really depends. Like, you're going to ruin your account build if you don't have Grimoire and you need ancient spells and you didn't pick Desert. Like, stuff like that. So, I personally am picking Culling Spree because I really like the different things that it gives me. Now for the 7th tier and the final one that I will be covering in this build. What are we talking? Reloaded or Flow State? I don't think there's a wrong choice here. I will be picking Flow State. Flow State sets all actions to 1.2 seconds or 2 cycles rather than their usual speed. I had it pulled up and I closed it. Let's pull up our Flow State once again here. So when you mine a rock, chop a tree, fish a spot, cook something, fire make it, fletch it, smith it, craft it, farming, magic, all these things, whenever you do any of them, it's faster. So this synergizes with when you're mining, your base tick rate is 3. It speeds up to 2. That's a 50% increase in experience for mining and for smithing, because you've got Hotfoot and it's smithing you bars. For wood cutting, it is double speed. Instead of at 4, it's now 2. And that's the percentage increase. So for all of these things, like if you're just crafting some gems, it's faster. If you're doing magic, if you're alching stuff, it goes from 5 to 2. Smithing cannonballs, like if you, I don't know, 8 to 2, that's a nice increase. And then actually anvil actions, like when you're doing your smithing, from 5 to 2. Reason why I keep saying smithing, in previous leagues, I did not pick any relics that helped me with smithing. And I picked Asgarnia and wanted to make Torva. And then realized you need like 90 smithing to craft your Torva. And I had to do Giant's Foundry for like a mil XP an hour for like friggin' 6 hours. It was awful. So that's a skill that I want to solve. And this helps with it. It helps with your gathering, which is the biggest thing. The gathering trickles down all of the resources and XP per hour and all this stuff. I wanted to see, like, what kind of time does this save? I'm going to show you this right at the end. Flow state numbers. So using the wiki, and it's showing success rates of chopping things and XP rates and all that stuff. If you don't have flow state, wood cutting would take about 19 hours doing teaks on a rune axe. There might be a better method. I believe this is the best method. 19 hours with teaks. You can then use those teaks to burn them. Because you're going to be gathering a lot of teaks. If you do have flow state, it saves you 9.6 hours. So like in terms of time that you need to spend AFKing on this account, overall, if you're going to 50 mil XP in each of these for the 50 mil XP tasks, you're saving 37 hours. And that's not even including the time that you would save actually smithing bars. Because when you mine an iron ore, you get a bar, and then it's not 1-to-1 experience. Like you would need like 100 and something mil mining XP before you get there. Not only that, so 5 mil XP per hour for chopping teaks with a rune axe. If you want to get to the 200 mil skill, there's a points for hitting 200 mil. This could be your option. So anyways, those are my rough flow state numbers that I double checked, but again, could be wrong. There could be some little things here and there. There's a lot of factors. Maybe you've got a crystal axe because you picked Prif and you've got Fremi and whatever else. But in general, this will save you a lot of time. So that's why I'm picking flow state. The other option is reloaded, where if you like really like you think it's fun to do transmutation, you could do that. I just don't see how this is really good earlier, but like I don't see the benefit for this specific build to transmutation. If you really like, you've got 300 elite clues from Culling Spree and you want to do them fast, you could reload into Conniving Clues. If you are like, it's actually better for me to go back and do Barbarian Gathering, then go ahead. I have not run the numbers on that. If you think Abundance, where it boosts all of your levels by 10, is worth it because you're just about to quit the league and you've got 85 Slayer, and this will boost you up to 95 Slayer and save you 9 hours worth of Slayer, do it. I'm picking Flow State. It looks fun. It benefits the things that we're doing here. And that's the build. So switching back over to my relic choices, I've put them in colors. If you're colorblind, I'm really sorry. But Endless Harvest solves mining, fishing, and wood cutting. And then it gives you the logs for fire making, so I'm calling that solved. It also solves your fletching, because you could chop maples or willows and then just fletch those, and fletching is a very fast skill anyways. And Butler's Bell is going to give you bowstrings, so then you could just make some bows, and that also can sell for GP. But that's what I'm calling. Those are all solved by Endless Harvest in green. Red is Hotfoot, so agility solved, smithing solved, cooking is solved. And it also helps with a couple other skills as well. Evil Eye, there's nothing on the skills that shows there. Butler's Bell will solve your crafting, your herb lore, and it will really help you with construction. Construction is already solved, but this will just give you the planks that you need for 99. You don't even need to log in. You log in, I've got the planks, you go do like an hour of construction. It's like 12 mil XP an hour, so that'll be good. Soul Harvest solves your prayer and your rune crafting. Again, if you pick Larcenist for this one, it would solve just the one skill, but it's really fast. So the choice is yours there. I will actually use prayer for PVM. Thieving doesn't help me for anything other than tasks. So that's why I'm picking Soul Harvest. And I'm going with Culling Spree because I do want to, the clues looks nice. The benefit of the Slayer Helm looks really nice for PVMing and hitting big numbers. But also, like, it will train my Slayer faster, and it'll get me to Cerberus quicker, so that I can kill it for the Echo Dagger that it drops. And then Flow State, I put it in pink. It doesn't solve anything. It just essentially doubles the speed of how much you need to play. Now, all of these other skills, what do we have left? Attack, strength, defense, range, mage, hit points. Well, Gem Crab Boss. AFK your stats there. It's 10 minutes at a time AFK. Just go and do that. Super easy, super simple. I will mention the Minion Relic. Minion. It 30 minutes, it will summon a thing that attacks your targets. It does AoE, and it will try to loot the items for your creatures, and you can configure how much it loots. There's a case for picking Minion, and then AFKing your skills with like a Slayer task or just something completely different. You can eventually go get the potions that make everything aggressive to you. And you could just sit in a spot and click every 6 minutes to re-up your potion, and then Minion loots the things for you. So that's like a long-term kind of thing for training your combats, which could be pretty cool. Okay, what else do we have? Thieving is not solved. There is no need for thieving other than points and tasks. And if you were to do those tasks, thieving is already like 200k XP in the main game. Depending on regions, there's ways of training it really quickly. So I would rather train thieving than rune crafting in this league. That's the difference between Larcenist and Soul Harvest. The side benefit is you get prayer also. Next up is Hunter. Hunter's a really fast skill in the main game. Woodsman makes it really good. There's things that make it really good, but I'm going with, I'm just going to do it, like, there's going to be tasks in Varlamore to do X amount of Hunter's Rumors. I'm just going to do them. They'll take a little bit longer. I'm not going to do them on day one because every spot is going to be packed. And I don't want to have to fight over a salamander, basically. So Hunter, to me, it's fine if it's not solved. There will be points tied to it, but that's fine. And then last but not least is farming. To me, that is solved through just PVM drops. You can just go kill stuff. It drops stuff for you, and then you use the seeds. Like raids, like in Chambers of Zarek, you can get some herb seeds. In TOA, you can get magic seeds, yew seeds. TOB, you get, I believe, magic seeds, but you definitely get mahoganies and yews. And then even the Moons of Peril drop stuff like that. I know it's going to be like, oh, it's harder to get those drops with increased purple chances or whatever, but it's like, well, you can, you'll still get them. You'll get enough. You don't need that many for your farming. So that's the build, and I'm making a step-by-step guide. We're slowly building it. So for this, I would do, and I'll circle back to this next video, but pick Enhanced Harvest, do some tasks, just run around for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get to tier 2. Pick Hotfoot, your XP rates go to 8x. You're going to then make some GP for some supplies. If your Hotfoot isn't level 50 yet, you can't make money with Hotfoot, so you could just thieve. You only need a bit of GP for your rune pickaxe, so your Addy pickaxe and your Addy axe. Eventually, you can go to Xanaris and you can use your fairy ring and kill some tree spirits for a rune axe. And then the rune pickaxe, I didn't look into it too far yet. I know there's things that drop it. AFK skills to tier 3 at that point. Just do some more AFK. You'll get some points. Clean up a few free tasks if you need to. Pick any of those 3 relics. This is when you get your combat skills buffed. So at this point, you can AFK your skills through Enhanced Harvest, or you could do your combats, get yourself to tier 4, pick Butler's Bell, assign the Butler to do a rotation of crafting or lore fletching, and then you're underway. That's kind of where I'm at in the guide here. Now, when I say do tasks to tier 2, I'm gonna eventually like have this pushed down and tell you like specifically, like pick up a log in south. Like I'm gonna do all of that stuff. I'll build this whole thing out. So subscribe if you want to see that full guide when it comes to that point. Let me know what you think in the comments. For all the dads out there, enjoy. TLDR, AFK, and win. Sound good? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And at the end of the day, it's night.